What be wrong with people? Hold on. Hello, girl. You
Hello?
see what's going on?
No. What?
Hold on, let me add to Ray. Hey, girl.
Hey girl,
Did you see what's going on?
is this like a grab the mics moment?
We definitely have to talk about this one.
Girl, y'all got me up now.
Grab the mics?
All right.
Is this thing on? Yeah? Okay, good. Welcome to Controversy and Chaos, bitches. Welcome to another Hot Topics. Welcome to another week, another Hot Topics. All the shenanigans. I feel like there wasn't as many shenanigans, but the things that did happen.
We're going to talk about it.
Let's just start with the main thing that took over the whole week, everybody's internet. Miss Reesa Tessa, or as I like to call Reese's Pieces. And who
Miss
the
Reesa
fuck that I married. 8 hours, 52 parts of her lying ass ex-husband. And a lot of her buffoonery too. Lying ass Legion. And her buffoonery as well. Because I'm just like, now lady, you couldn't have been eating all this up.
I mean, okay, let me go ahead and shoot my girl some bail, right? Let me paint the picture. It's 2020. It's COVID. We don't know what COVID is, right? So the singles, they ready to mingle, but they scared because the world's supposed to be ending, right? So, they doing their little dating thing and whatnot. And people fall in love quick. Let's be for real. It only take a little certain amount of time for a nigga to fall in love with a real bitch. You understand me? So, know, Miss Reese Piecey was laying down her pieces, and Legion, okay, he was picking up what she was putting down. But come to find out, it was really all a hoax because he's a psychopath. But I just feel like, in all seriousness, a lot of people think about it. Think about all the people you knew that were single during that time period. Did they not get into relationships? And didn't a lot of them move in with each other?
Yes. And now, as of today,
people randomly. Exactly. They're not together. Then a lot of random people get married all of a sudden.
Yeah. A lot of people got
having kids.
Were married, pregnant. I'm like, who is this gentleman? Where did they come from? Like, you met them.
It was a wild time.
And y'all was just like, oh, we'll quarantine together. Then y'all just never left.
Yeah. I really imagine 2020 being like what our parents or people in that age group felt like 2000, the Y2K era was going to be like, because they dead ass thought the world was going to end. And if you remember in 2020 when they was talking about that China virus, that's what they was calling it. Well, Trump was.
Yeah.
People were scared, honey. So go ahead. You found your little boo thing that you wanted to settle down with. That's the risk you take for love.
Yeah, like the beginning of her story, I was like, okay, I understood the beginning. But as the lies start to just materialize and finds out for a fact, like even her, like for the first house, I would have been done after the first house.
Yeah, for sure.
That would have been me right there. We're not married. We don't have no ties to each other. Get your lying ass away from me. Because one, okay, if you don't know anything about buying a house, it's fine to not understand what the process is or what it should look like and how things are naturally going to flow. If somebody is saying they're putting down a $5,000 earnest deposit, for the most part, earnest deposits are non-refundable unless the seller backs out.
Right.
If you put down $5,000 and you have a contract and after a certain amount of time you back out, as he said, 2 days before they're supposed to close, you're not getting that $5,000 back. You forfeited that money. So that was enough right there. I'm like, when he started talking about the inspections, like, oh, well, one inspector was sick, so they passed it to somebody else and they're backed up 15 houses. You do not have to go to one inspector. You can call anyone. I'm just like, that don't make sense. This is not like a one size fits all. There's only one company that does house appraisals.
See, that's why people need to be educated.
You can go to anybody. So I was just like, okay. But when she calls the realtor and she tells her that, hey, the house is sold, she's still after that, I would have been like, now you're really a liar, because how did we get here? Especially if it's only been, I think from that point where she's saying it's only been like 60 days. That
I don't think
y'all been
together. It's been 60 days at that point.
Because Atlanta didn't really like Atlanta didn't really
Yeah.
close like that. It was probably
Mm-hmm.
about a good 2-3 weeks that it was like, okay, everything was like a tight ship. And then after
Mm-hmm.
that, it was kind of like, what COVID?
Okay. Here's the other thing about this whole conversation. Let's take Miss Reesa Tessa pieces out.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women who are in a certain age group, who are single and are religious, when it comes to a man, they get weak in the knees because they want their last name dropped and them eggs cracked. So sometimes they will, they might be willing to settle for things that they know damn well they shouldn't be settling for because they want that name dropped and them eggs cracked. And I just want the girls to understand, although this is coming from someone who's been married for almost 3 years and I was young, whatever. I'm just saying, for me personally, if I can have an opinion on, if I'm of said age, I'm sorry. I'm not living in desperation. There's no desperados, okay?
Yeah.
Word to Rihanna. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of even not just like Reese's story, the other lady, Jillian, who started telling her story.
Yeah.
I felt like that was the underlying theme. Like, one, it was COVID, so people were just moving ridiculously fast. And two, it just came from like they were both, religious. So they were just like, oh, in a rush to get married. I'm not trying to be shacking up, blah, blah, blah. And things just escalated too quickly. And now y'all left with the battle scars of everything. Although Reese's story was very good and I love her storytelling, like detail, like, I don't really read books like that, but this was like the best audiobook I ever heard because I was just putting my headphones on, walking away from the phone, and I'm like, she's still going.
Yes.
Years later, I did nothing. I watched nothing else
for like 3 days.
2.5 days.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it all out. But when I did Jillian's story, I like Jillian because she was telling the hood rat version of the story. And I'm like, yeah, girl.
I was like, Jilly.
I was like, yes, this is my kind of story. When she said, oh, I beat him with the ironing board, I'm like, there you go. That's my kind of energy. That's what I need to hear. This is some Tyler Perry type shit she was telling.
Hell yeah. Jilly was like, yeah, because at the end of the day, because me and my family, I said, oh, I know that's right, Jillian.
She said the cousins was calling. Yeah, when she said the cousins was calling. I said, oh.
But did you see the cousins in the comments?
No, I was trying to listen to the whole story, so I didn't even like really go into all of the comments. Like Reese's, I was going through the comments. This one, I was like, okay, let's just get it out. I need to hear. I need to get to the end of the story.
I think I'm going to spin the block on Jilly's just because hers is only like 19, 20 parts. So I could probably do that again quickly. And I just felt like I was just in it with her. Like they both painted a picture very, very well. However, this is coming from someone who used to read Bluford High books, the urban novels. The urban romantic novels. Yeah,
not
it was
urban romance.
It was given urban romance. Yeah, the worst kind. I love a hood classic, baby. I do. I love hood classics. I love Zane Lowe.
Yes. Yeah.
So
like Jillian's storytelling was kind of giving like cold as winter ever. Like, oh, this is some ghetto shit. I love this. This is so good. They need to write, even if they write some fiction, because that shit was so good and I don't want to read it. Just give me an audiobook. Just tell the tale. That's all I need. They need to take this and really keep going with
do something. Yeah. But also, can we thoroughly entertained. Can we talk about the little drama between Abby and Morgan versus Reese's Pieces? Like, that's not a crossover I ever thought would, like, what?
I think that the whole thing just, because I don't know if Reesa ever came out and said why she
No, she never said anything.
Which, good. I can see that she could have blocked them before she even came and told this story. Now, Morgan and her random man from Atlanta situation, and Abby and her ex-husband, new husband, baby daddy situation, it could be very triggering. So I could see you just being like, and that just be the case and nothing personal, because the way I be blocking Blueface and Krishan, I don't want to see this. I got their names in the search. I done spelled it multiple ways, misspelled it just in case.
Oh my God, not you muted them.
I muted it. I don't want to see it. I don't want this. So I could see her doing the exact same thing. And I feel like she is well within her right to do that. But all of the people caping are like, oh, why would you block Morgan? I'm like, wasn't y'all just dragging Morgan 2 weeks ago? Please.
And accusing her of sleeping with her said baby daddy, random man from Atlanta. Like, please, let's not.
Exactly. I'm just like, now y'all Team Morgan. Shut the hell up. Like, get on somewhere. Get on somewhere and get some business. If Reesa wants to protect her peace from all other people's shenanigans, she's well within her right to do that.
Mm-hmm. Just like anybody else.
Sorry, Abby. You just won't be in the know about this one. Oh, well. Next.
I'm not going to lie. There are a couple times where I will scroll and pass up on a Morgan video or Abby video. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood. And also, I feel like, Gianna, tell your mother to stop spraying your hair with that damn spray bottle like that. It's like, the baby don't got that much hair, Morgan. She don't need all that water from that spray bottle. I'm just saying, leave my little cousin alone.
They don't be knowing. Like, certain hair textures don't need certain things.
But okay, do what you want.
Speaking of hair textures, Sacred drop last week. Sacred drop. So it's probably been about out for about a week now. I feel like there's so many not even mixed reviews, because the people that I've seen that actually have used the product, especially the stylists, they love it. Yeah, I'm paying attention to the hairstylists. They like it. They are giving very positive feedback about the products. The naysayers is really people who ain't even purchased an item, who just hating for no reason. It's just like, okay, they're like, oh, well, Beyonce doesn't wear her real hair. Yes, she does.
Definitely does. Even if there is a clip-in or two, it's still, you can tell when it's her hair. Like, be for real.
Yeah, like, it's her hair. She does wear her hair out. She wears braids. Even if she wears wigs, you got to take care of your hair up underneath the wig.
Like,
so I don't
have y'all seen Cardi's hair? Like, Cardi's hair is thick and beautiful. Like, long as hell, thick. Like, you still have to take care of your hair up under them wigs. Like, let's be for real.
Yeah, so I'm just like, even if Cardi put out a hair care line, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, why is she doing it? Oh, it's just a cash grab. She just wears wigs. So what? Before Taraji came out with a hairline, she was always wearing wigs.
Yeah, but even with that, I feel like it would be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people still say that her products are good. I haven't tried them, but they do say like her products are good. So I'm like, if it's a good product, I don't see what the issue is. And her mama was a hairstylist. So why would the products not be good?
Okay, let me add my opinion about this, right? With Sacred. Sacred is really Miss Tina's
thing?
brainchild. Yes. And Beyonce is just the face. Just how Beyonce is really running Miss Tina's Instagram. But
I can see that.
Beyonce, because, Miss Tina is the best PR person Beyonce ever had, officially, unofficially. And I feel like Miss Tina is like my mom, okay? When it comes to whatever I'm doing, Janice is the first one in the know. I'm like, dang, you got my post notifications on? I mean, I don't mind. I'm just saying, like, whatever. Like, I'll never forget when Matt was like, the video I posted on my TikTok had went viral from him passing the bar. She was reporting back to me all these comments I ain't even see. I said, how the hell you saw that? Like,
she be up in them comments.
Matt's mom too. Like, when I tell you that lady is on Facebook deep, I'll be like, how did you see that? Like, when do you have the time? But yeah,
I was in the TikTok comments because I'm like, let one person say something. We gonna slide in these comments.
Girl, they still in them comments arguing. Still, it's been almost a year later. Yeah.
Okay.
It literally, Matt took the bar a year ago this month. So why are y'all
people need some help.
Yeah.
Because a year ago, no. No. Get out of a year-old post.
Yeah.
Or not. Keep the engagement going. You ain't doing shit but helping. Nobody's reading it.
But the thing is, with TikTok, and this is a whole nother conversation, because this kind of ties in with Reesa Tessa. So TikTok think they slick. When you're in the creator fund program or whatever, there's all these rules and stipulations before you can monetize off the video. Conversation for another day. But they also like to disqualify your videos and like not allow you to monetize on those said videos. And after a certain time frame, it doesn't matter. Like right now, the video that I have is like at 8.2 million views, right? I have not been getting any payment for those videos since like 7 million views. So, because they don't qualify anymore. Whatever. So, yeah. So, all the people, and we'll get back to Beyonce, but all the people who were doing the calculations about how much money Miss Reesa Tessa made on those videos is a bold-faced ass lie. That's not how the creator fund works. She did not make no $80,000, blah, 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 blah. Half of her videos aren't even being monetized right now. And I think she's also banned from the creator fund for the next 30 days. So she can't even monetize off the videos she's making anyway. So it's like, stop counting people's pockets, especially if you don't even know how this works.
Yeah, I saw people saying that and just kind of starting rumors about it. But at least she came out and said, like, no, I'm not making no money off of this. I actually can't, because, and then some of the videos still won't qualify because she reposted them in order to put them in the playlist. And those are disqualified. You can't repost.
Yep. So anyway.
Yeah.
But Beyonce making her coins, we know that.
Yeah, and even for like the price point, I didn't feel like the price point was outrageous, because the amount of like Olaplex is now like a big brand, and I don't know where everybody just was like Olaplex. We just got to use Olaplex. Olaplex is about the same price, and you're probably getting less product. And I don't feel like anything is wrong with that. Everything is not going to be for your local beauty supply store.
Yeah.
It's just not. If her ultimate goal is one day maybe she wants to have it in store, have it in a Sephora, nothing is wrong with that.
I can see
some products in beauty supply stores that hair salons use, those products ain't cheap. Mazzani is not no cheap product. You can get a small bottle of something from Mazzani and it's gonna run you $20.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why are y'all complaining like, oh, the pricing is not affordable? It's not supposed to be.
Whoever said it was going to be affordable? Nobody ever said it was going to be affordable.
It's not supposed to be. Certain things can't be cheap. If you want it done well and you want certain ingredients and you want it done right, it costs money. The packaging alone look like it costs money. You got to pay for that.
Yeah, but I love the packaging. I will say that oil being $42, I'm not jacking. I'm not paying $42 for an oil.
I wonder what it's like though. I might do it.
Well, you let me know.
Yeah, I'll purchase it, because I'm like, even like when I looked at it, like on Sephora's website, like the Olaplex oil, I'm like, if I was willing to purchase that, I could purchase the Sacred one. You don't need a lot. And I think that's why it's like so small. You don't need a lot, but there's other brands that sell the exact same products, or, same type of product, and they're in line with the same price. Now, if her product, she was like, oh, this oil, instead of the market price being around $40 something, I'm charging $60. Yeah. Then I could understand the discourse. They're like, okay, cool. That's fine. I could see $60 for some oil. Unless that shit is instantly, when I drop it on my scalp, going to grow to my ass, you was never getting $60 for no oil.
I just feel like when it comes to certain things, I'm cheap. I have selective frugalness, I guess. Like with certain things, I'm like, I'm not spending that on that, but I'll spend on something else. Hair oil, no. Shampoo and conditioner, yes. I can justify that.
If you don't use oil, you wouldn't. It's like, okay, you don't have to purchase it, but it's one thing. You don't have to purchase every single product. You can purchase the products that you like. From what I've seen, the clarifying and the hydrating shampoo are very good. From all the stylist review videos that I've watched. So if I purchase anything and I don't get the oil, I definitely think I want to purchase at least those two products. In
the hair mask too, I think I would want to do that, because I have, what is it called? Low porosity hair. Oh yeah. Also, disclaimer, every year before my birthday, I do this thing where I say I'm going to do like XYZ amount of months or 30 days of just wearing my natural hair, which I never last. I only last about a week, 10 days, and then I'll be putting the wig back on. But I am sticking to it, because originally, remember, I said I was going to chop my hair off at 30. I'm not doing that. Okay. I actually don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to do a complete 30-day, natural hair thing. So all the girlies, send me things to do, whether it's actual natural hairstyles or curling, straightening my hair, all those things. It's not that I don't know how to do my hair. I'm just, one, very lazy. Two, Very lazy. And 3, yeah, I'm just lazy. Like I have no other excuse. I can do my hair.
Yeah.
I'm lazy. So yeah,
Because if
so
you
the
could
next 30
style a
days.
wig, you could style your hair.
Yeah. Style, like literally I do all my own wigs. The only thing I don't do is my foundation braids. I go to the African auntie up the road. She do my cornrows and I do everything else. So I'm like, yeah, if I could do all that and I could do Celine's hair, you know, I could do a little 1, 2. Shoot, I
You
can
could
do
do
my
it. You can make
braids.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next 30 days, I'll be doing something with my little, thing. I actually need a trim. So yeah, maybe I will try Beyonce's products. Little Miss Sacred. See what it
Yeah.
does.
I feel like it'll be good.
Yeah.
And moving on, in other news, Love is Blind season 6. We have
Love is a hot mess.
What Speedy say? Love got astigmatism. Like it got something, but the bitch ain't blind. It's not blind.
Word to Clay. I'm sorry. Like y'all are mad at him about that. I'm not mad at you, Clay. Like Love is definitely not blind. Like
because baby, if I get on the other side of this and I see a booger wolf, I'm gonna be like, oh no, you have to go. There's no
what is
way
a booger wolf? What is a booger wolf? Let's gotta Google. You made that shit up.
And just think like the most hideous shit. Like think of like Bigfoot, Chewbacca, and a werewolf all in one. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So yeah, a booger wolf. Like if you see that when the doors open up, and I hate when people they do that, and I just like, oh, you can see it in their face. They is not feeling it. And then they just be trying to force themselves, I guess, for the sake of being on TV. We saw it in season 5?
Captain America and old girl.
Oh no, I never finished season 5 because they were just pissing me off way too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was them. The white couple.
It was not that one. The one before that had like Marshall and Jackie and them on there.
Oh yeah.
That season when Irina and Zach seen each other, you saw it right then and there. You saw it right then and there, and it was just like, oh yeah. And they just wanted to be on TV to keep it there. Yeah, overall, season 6 is definitely much better than I feel like it's way better than last season. But I don't think none of these couples is gonna last. Maybe.
Can I just say? God forgive me. Lord, you know my heart. Lord, forgive me. But this cast is so unattractive. Across the board.
Across the board.
Very like, I mean, we're everyday women, whatever, cool. I'm not saying that it's giving Rihanna, but I'm just saying like the guys
it's giving
are nothing much.
These people
in North Carolina, no offense, no shade. I'm just saying that these people are very like underwhelming, Yeah. And I think it's okay because one thing that I did see, somebody did a recap video because I love recap, and they were talking about how like it was interesting to see somebody like Jimmy being so popular amongst the women this season, and in real life Jimmy's not somebody who would have been a looker, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like it's really, I guess, a testament to what the experiment is.
It's supposed to be about.
Yeah. So it's like, don't get me wrong, they not ugly. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that like there was nobody on the cast, the guy side or girl side, that I was just like, oh yeah, they look good. Like, so it was interesting. Yeah.
Interesting to say the least. Some of these couples, like I could just run down the list. I'm like, oh yeah, they're done. Kenneth and what's her name? Surprised they surprised the hell out of me. And not from Brittany. Kenneth
and his hips. I really wanted to come through that screen and smack him.
Bearing hips can go play in traffic. Because what is wrong with you? Like, even if it was a matter of you really not feeling her, or the internet is saying, it's a little sugar on that side. That's what they said. I didn't say that. They said that.
Let's be for real. Well, you know what the real issue is. She a white woman, and I'm telling you, he switched up as soon as he got back from that vacation. Some
Yeah,
people
it was
feel
like
Kenny just wanted that vacation, but when he got back from that vacation, it gave straight.
yeah, but
It's given.
even
I
on
ain't
the
never
vacation.
been this intimate with a white woman. Okay,
Even
I don't
on the
think he could handle it.
vacation, when they were on that boat and he was just sitting there, mad, quiet, she's trying to make conversation.
Yes.
He's just sitting there staring, and then like, oh, a dolphin. Nigga, what?
I'm
A
telling you,
dolphin?
Dr. Umar was in his mind rent free. He was in that man's head. Dr. Umar got in that man's head. I'm telling you, he couldn't do the interracial marriage. He couldn't do it.
I mean, even when they had the conversation, just like, I guess when him and AD had the conversation at their little beach party about her being white, when they came back to the hotel and him bringing the conversation up with Brittany about her being white in the conversation that was had with AD, from that moment, I was like, oh, okay. I could see it being like a shock or an issue, but he literally sat there and had that conversation with her, and it seemed like, okay, they worked through it, that they would be fine. But the second they touched down and he got that phone back, baby, it was ridiculous. And I don't know if he like texted his mama and was like, oh yeah, she's white. And his mom was like, don't bring no white girl to my house.
Something
took place, and I just don't like the way he carried the whole thing. It's like she is bawling. And you just like, you get on the phone and be like, collect your things, go upstairs, and then you on the phone talking about, oh, I'm coming. You packing your stuff to go where? To your friend's house? Why you couldn't go to your house?
Right. What'd you go to your friend's house for? Who's the friend? Kenny.
Your boyfriend or your friend? Because I needs to know what
not in this situation. Stacking up.
In this situation, y'all are staying in a basically temporary living situation with each other. You have your own separate houses outside of this. So if there was a disagreement, whatever, why you didn't go to your personal house? Why you had to pack your bags to go to your friend's house?
Yeah.
What make it make sense. Make it make sense. It ain't adding up. I felt bad for her. And we're going to see how it's going to play out. They not making it to the altar.
Well, he already quit.
Well, he might have quit. He might come back for TV purposes because he want to be on TV.
I guess. I mean, if Milton and Lydia is still together happily, you never know.
Yeah, so I just don't know what the hell is going on over there. I feel bad for Brittany because I felt like she was genuinely into
I really like
the
her
experiment. Yeah, I really like her. I felt like she was a good person.
You know Jimmy? Who else? What? Who? What about Jimmy? What about
not even about
bring him up next?
Oh well, Jimmy and Chelsea. Jimmy does not like her.
Would you?
No. The Crimson Chin is wild. It's when she was
not
just
even
like,
no. Okay,
well,
let me be for real. It's not even how she looks. It's how she acts. It's how you act, Chelsea. It's how you act. Okay,
because it's very like just. It's not even
so
clingy.
Insecure.
It's suffocating. It's like, girl.
It's disturbing. Like, you literally, in that scene when they sat in that kitchen when her little friends left, and she was like, I just feel like you didn't kiss me today. You didn't tell me you love me. And he went down the list and said, okay, I was working from home, but I came and gave you a kiss this time. I gave you a kiss on your cheek that time. I gave you a kiss on your chin. This, like, girl, you think it's realistic to be sitting up in the house kissing your husband all day? No. Even if you both work from home, you have a job and you have things to do. And God forbid if you bring kids into the picture. Like, where do you think?
Yeah.
I'm just so confused. Like, if you really need that much affection and reassurance from a man, you're not ready for no marriage or no relationship. You need to go sit on that lady couch. Like, it was just too much. And then on top of that, anytime she had an issue with him, this is why I hate the saying happy wife, happy life, because people take that and like make it so men can't have a voice. And no, I'm not a champion for no man, but at the end of the day, it's not okay for you to come and voice all these opinions about how you feel about him and this, that, and the third. And then when he's sitting here apologizing time and time again, saying, sorry, I made you feel that way. I didn't want you to feel that way. You're just like, no, that's not good enough. Blase, blase, blah. It's like, what more do you want from him? And then when he says something to you, like, okay, well, actually, if we're on the topic, this is how I feel. All of a sudden, he's like the villain. I'm like, girl, if you don't shut your ass up.
Yeah, and I think what part of Chelsea's issue is she just wants so desperately to be desired by anybody. Because even when she had her friends come over, and yeah, she's explaining the experiment, but her just like, and I'm just like, ain't he in the house? The way she was going on and on about like her relationship with Trevor, like, oh yeah, and two people proposed. Like, she was just going on in excess, and I'm like, ain't he in the house?
Right, like have some decorum.
Like, have something. And I was just like, okay, so I get it. You just want somebody. Doesn't matter if that person really likes you back. You just want somebody to like you. You want somebody to be all up on you, because I think in real life, she is that person that is all up on, well, she's all up on everyone else, trying to make them like her.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And it's just
and
like,
as someone who's affectionate, I love the affection, but baby, please go away. Like,
it was
you're doing
too much. It was too
much.
much. Like, Jimmy might want to put some mace in his pocket. Like, bitch, back up.
Yeah,
like,
it's
back up, or I'm gonna spray this because you are killing me.
And it's so cringy to see like a woman be so like just desperate and needy, and just my stomach was just turning. I'm like,
Yeah,
like I lady it. But also,
not
it's
at all.
also very annoying to see a woman like goddamn Laura. She's just a bitch. Like, I just do not like Laura. Like, what her husband name again? Or her fiance? I can't remember his name.
Child, I don't even know that man's name.
Whatever that man name is, run for the hills, because Laura is gonna rip you to shreds. Her family tried to warn you, bro. Like, please listen to her family. When they keyword, she's a lot to deal with and all these things, and giving certain facial expressions. And she's sitting here trying to out you, trying to make it seem like you sneaking around behind her back with such and such. He came and told Miss Girl Laura about the DMs from old girl from the pods. He didn't have to share that information with you. He came up to you like, hey babe, look, ha ha ha, kiki, and you just gonna turn around on him. This is why men don't want to tell us nothing. How come y'all can't just sip the tea and make a mental note? Why you gotta react right then and there? You're because collecting data.
At that point, there was nothing to react about. But I'm like, damn, bitch, you don't show all your cards. You have nothing in the tuck.
Nothing in the tuck.
Nothing in the tuck. You are not prepared. Like, you can't give no draw two.
Ain't no draw four.
No draw two, no draw four. You have Nathaniel.
Not even a skip. Not even a wow, the color is purple. Ain't no purple. Nothing. But you get the point. Like,
you have, like, yeah. Granted, like, him being out talking to Sarah Ann,
I'm just like, unacceptable. Yeah,
that was unacceptable. So I wasn't mad at Laura at that point. Like, yeah, you should have been red for Phil. But it kind of was just like, ugh, Laura, because like she started the whole thing at the beach with the whole flicking the bean thing, and I don't know what the hell that means. But I'm like, if you don't give anybody any context about something, you like, oh, make sure when you see this person, you say this. If you didn't tell him what that meant, well, you said do it. So
yeah,
why is it now it's a problem? Like, the way that she spun that whole thing, and was just like, now you are the problem. It's like,
right, and it's like, girl,
didn't you tell me to do that? And now I'm the bad guy? How does this, how we get here?
Or the fact that she keeps badgering this man about wearing these stupid ass Hawaiian shirts. If he wants to wear Hawaiian shirt, let him wear the shirt. Like, well, is it that serious? Like,
you're like, girl, he's on vacation. How much shit? He ain't got that much shit packed. Wear the shirt. It's just the shirt. I'm just like I don't know. Them two,
very odd.
I don't like this. So right now they're 3 down the drain. Just get them out. Get them out of here. Clean house on everybody. And
clean then AD down the drain too. 4.
Everybody. Throw the whole cast away.
Yeah.
Throw them all out.
Although I do have hope that when the other pod members come into the fold, there might be some new love connections from there. And I will be fine with it, because for me, a lot of people chose their second best I would say, not really their first person.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, y'all should have went with who you thought you should have been with in the first place, because the grass ain't always greener. And I do think that some people chose differently because of the optics, or just because, you know, whatever reason. But I definitely think that, like, when the other pod members come into the fold, it's going to be some shaking the tables.
Yep. And Jessica, she going to come flip that bitch over.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica is going to come flip that shit over.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait to watch.
Yep.
I can't fucking wait. But I feel like her, Trevor, Chelsea is going to be like, because the way she described her type, that is Trevor. So when she picked Jimmy over him, I was just like, so you just went with whoever came first. So I feel like if damn, what I just, Trevor. I'm like, what is, this shit just escaped me that quick. If Trevor would have got to her first, she would have said yes to Trevor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just thought she just wants somebody asked me to marry them. Somebody, anybody, doesn't matter. But she's not really in it for. She's not really in it for like what she's supposed to get out of it. She just wants somebody to like her.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think who else is on there. I mean, AD and Clay. There's really not much to talk about.
Not much except to say.
Yeah, it's just not gonna last. Like, I can tell that, like, with all due respect to AD. She's not ugly. Here's the thing: once she gets her leave out fixed and takes away them lashes, things will be fine. Things will be great. The girl is stacked. Got a body made by God. But the thing I didn't like about her, though, is like, and that's what I was telling my husband. I feel like if you're gonna be a black woman and you gonna date a white man, don't be changing up who you are just because you're dating a white man. And how she was acting when she converses and, like, you know, is being flirty with the white men versus how she talks to her man Clay, a black man. It's very like, she talks to Clay like very like homeboy, very comfortable, which is good. You should talk to your spouse or future spouse like that. Yep. But when she was talking to the white man, it was given like, oh yeah, my name is Amber Desiree. Yeah, they call me AD. I am desirable by all the guys. And I was just like, girl, if you don't shut your ass up, because that's not how you talk. Now, if that's how you talk, if that is how you talk, do your thing.
That's fine. But the fact that we could clearly hear a difference.
The energy is different. The voice is different. The personality is different. And as a black woman, if you're dating outside your race, there's no reason why you should be switching up who you are as a human being because you're dating a white man or whatever the case may be. If you feel like you have to change who you are to be desirable to said white man, Spanish man, Asian man, whatever, then you shouldn't be dating nobody because you don't know who you are and you're not comfortable in your own skin. And it was very cringy to watch, especially a black chocolate woman doing that. It grinded my gears. Girl, be who you are.
Yeah, I noticed it when she was in the pods. Like, I'm like, oh, you code switching. Once you figured out that Clay was black, then all of a sudden your tone changed, and it's just like, oh, okay. I see what you got going on here, and I like it. But
and let's be for real. We all know she would have picked serial killer. She would have picked serial killer Matthew over Clay if he would have given her the option. We know she would have. We know she would have. Yeah, for whatever reason.
Very much so. But you know, he was weird. But you could obviously tell, like, even though Matthew was there for a short period of time, and he was like, even just his conversations with other people, the only person he was actually really able to talk to was AD, and they actually had the most conversation. So when she started switching over to Clay, I was just like,
it gave second best, and I feel like Clay knows that.
Yeah, everybody went with second best, and I just don't understand it. And where these people get that from? Me, I am nobody's second choice.
Never being anyone's second choice. It doesn't matter what it's for. If it's between me and somebody else, choose somebody else.
If you got to think about it, please go with them. Because it could never be me.
That.
Could never be me. Last item on the docket.
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust my legs. Ugh. Because this will have me emotional, I think, if it's what I think you're about to bring up.
The Wendy Williams documentary that aired on
Honestly,
Lifetime.
I took notes.
So did I.
Yeah, I took notes. So whenever you're ready.
Am ready. I'm sitting on that couch like, what?
This is me. I said,
You can start because I'm just so like,
baby. Okay, first of all, let's just start with the first half. Let's start because how I first was feeling on Saturday night was not how I ended up feeling at the end of the whole series, right? So at first I was thinking to myself, ain't no way anyone on God's green earth could love Wendy, my auntie, and let her get up on the TV given what she was given. And I just feel like, what are y'all trying to do? The manager Will, I was not feeling him. I have a theory about him, but it really gave opportunists. It gave, I'm taking your money. It gave, you replaced the husband, Kevin Hunter Sr. It
with
gave,
him.
It was just very disturbing. It made me very sad. Like, I didn't drop a tear, but my eyes were swelling up because I was just like, I don't like seeing Wendy like this. Like, I love Wendy Williams. The bitch is crazy, but I love her. Like, I grew up listening to her on the radio, watching her on TV. She's insane. But it's like, that's still auntie. Everybody got them aunties that's just like, girl, what's wrong with you? And seeing her like that just made me very uncomfortable. It definitely gave, like, y'all letting my auntie do drugs. It's given, I got the bike holiday. I did not like it. Like, I just, it has to be more than just the alcohol induced dementia. I don't know that much about dementia, but I just feel like they weren't doing anything as far as in the documentary, the first half, they weren't doing anything that I felt like was productive or positive for her in her like comeback story. Because it started, when it started, it was given, this is her comeback story. But then I feel like this is her demise story. And I just was not feeling that. Like, it made me very uncomfortable to watch. What do you think about the first half?
The first half, like from the initial thing when she sat there and she just started, like she was having a conversation and then just started bawling out of nowhere, I was like, oh shit, this ain't what I thought it was going to be.
No, not at all. Right, I thought it was going to be a comeback.
I definitely thought it was going to be that. And it was sad to watch. And it was more sad to see, like, even like the production of the documentary, I guess, like they're asking questions, but it's just like you could clearly see that she is not in any kind of stable condition. She's not in her right mind. Even the first scene when she just started crying and they're all like, what the hell just happened? And they're still recording. They're still trying to ask her questions. And it's just like, can y'all cut the cameras off? Like, you see, she is literally distraught right here. And y'all still like, oh, well, Wendy, why are you crying? Wendy, why do you feel like that? And it's just like, just give her a second. Clearly, she's going through something. Whatever it is, she shouldn't have been on camera. Like this, this shouldn't have taken place. Because it was nothing, it was, especially in the first half, nothing productive, I feel like, came from it. The introduction of Will, the second they showed him and he just started opening his mouth, I was like, oh baby, who the hell is this man? Where did y'all, what hood did y'all pick him up out of?
And did you peep
where did you find him?
His introduction, did you peep when he said basically like, oh, how did you meet Wendy, all that stuff? He goes, yeah, we've been knowing each other for years. We used to party together. It gave, I was her drug dealer. That's what it gave.
Yeah, when he said, oh, we used to party, and then it kind of turned into this, I said, oh, so you was her supplier. At some point in my mind, y'all had some kind of relations, and now we're here. Now you're her manager. Sir,
my
who
husband
the hell
was
are
cheating
you?
on me. I got with you, you know, cheating on him with you. He ain't know it. Years later, we divorced. He got his baby over there, so I'm going to bring you to replace him. You know, put you in that hole. But
same kind of person, because her ex-husband was her manager. You just copied and pasted and put the same kind of person into it. What I can say is from, I mean, her ex-husband was still a piece of shit, but what I can say, at least for the ex-husband, he made sure Wendy showed the fuck up. She wasn't drunk when she got on the show. He made sure, okay, if you're going to be drinking and doing us, you still got to get up, you still got to do your job, and we still got to get to this money. You have a whole syndicated talk show. You cannot be like this.
Yeah. At least we could say that. Now, if he was doing it because, if he was doing it because he wanted her money, fine, whatever. Or if he was concerned about her legacy, whatever. But guess what? When Wendy was Wendy Williams Hunter, she got things done. She showed up. She was getting to the bag. She was enjoying her life. She just seemed so miserable and out of it. Like, granted,
I just didn't like it. It just, everything that Will would do or say, it's just like, you're acting.
Yeah.
You're putting on this fake concern. It's like coming in and sitting on, like, it's a documentary. You are not supposed to be just looking at the camera. They are just here to follow you, and you are moseying on about your business. But coming in, and I may be now into the second part, but him coming in and just like sitting on the bed, like, what's wrong with you, Wendy? Why are you looking at the camera? Oh, Wendy, is this a stack of money on the dresser? What?
And then throws it at her. It says, "Oh Wendy, this is like $30,000 or whatever." Yeah, like,
it's just like, huh? Or like picking up, Wendy, is this a bottle of vodka? You could clearly see it's a Kettle One vodka, so you know what it is.
Like,
and if she has no money and she can barely walk, how is she getting this alcohol and nobody know? It just don't get, like, from the way that the apartment was set up, it looks like a 3-story apartment. It looks like her bedroom is on the top floor. How is she getting alcohol when everybody goes home? Who is staying with her? Because clearly she cannot function alone. She can barely walk. So somebody has to be there 24/7. So it's just not making sense how these things are magically popping up. And
that scene,
and now everybody has questions. Like, oh, where did you get this?
That scene when he pulled out that vodka, I said, oh, no wonder why she's deteriorating. She's not even eating. First of all, this is getting into part 2, but like, why y'all ain't even had no groceries in my auntie refrigerator? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Thing.
Like, all she had was vodka. Like, literally, that's it. So my thing is, in a vape, she had 4 of them. Talking about something, I don't know where the 4th one is. Like, girl. So you mean to tell me she laying up in the bed with her lymphedema and all that she got going on, just drinking vodka in her Versace robe all day, not even walking around doing nothing? At least when she was with her family in Florida, her son, yes, he was young and maybe he might have been spending money unnecessarily, but he grew up that way. His mother is Wendy Williams. That's how they spent their money. So to him, it was probably normal, whatever. But at least he was getting her up every day, making sure she was eating. She had healthy weight on her. She looked good. She was exercising, walking around, going to the beach, doing all these things. Look at her father. The man almost 100 years old, and he looked damn good. So clearly the family is capable of taking care of her. Yeah. What is going on? So yeah, I just feel like it was definitely a money grab for this whole conservatorship thing, which brings me to my point about this whole thing overall. At the start of it, I thought it was going to be a comeback story. Watching it, I was confused as to what the hell I was watching and why I was watching it. By the end of it, I came to the conclusion that Wendy's family had this documentary put out because her conservatorship ends this year. So I feel like they're going to take the documentary and say, hey, look, when they had her, when the conservator, whoever she is, anonymously had her in their care, my mother's and my daughter's, my auntie, whoever, health was deteriorating. She's not doing well, all these things. And if you pay attention at the end of the final part, I think it was, you hear her talking to her sister on the phone, and she sounds very clear and coherent. She didn't sound how she was sounding.
Different when she was talking to her sister and her niece. Even like when the niece was initially introduced, and she was just she was going to New York, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, like usually when I see her, shit, I forgot what her name was. But, you know, she
I
was
don't
just like,
remember
oh,
Minnie's
like,
name. Yeah.
and she was just
Alex?
like, basically Alex, like she was explaining like how,
Mhm.
you know, her interaction with Wendy would be. She was like, oh, I'll go to her house. She's like, oh, hey, Alex, like, you know, like welcoming her, and like they known each other forever. Cause, you know, from what Alex is saying and what, you know, she was able to show, like, she's on the news. Wendy helped her with, this is how you navigate actually doing journalism and having to, you know, be on TV and doing all these things, to her showing up and she looking at her like, who the fuck is this? But when she, at the end, when she's on the phone with her, it was more so of what Alex basically said. It was like how their interaction was. Like when she told her like, oh, this is your niece, you could literally hear when like, oh, hey, how are you? And then asking about talking to her sister. She sounds very clear, very coherent, very lively. Like she knows exactly what's going on, who she's talking to, and then she's going to communicate it. But I do
So
kind
I
of feel
definitely
like,
think that the family wants it to be out just to be like, hey, you know, my mom can come back, my sister, daughter, whoever, Wendy can come back and maybe not be a talk show host again, but she can come back and be a, you know, as normal as possible and be healthier in the care of her family. And as far as Will, I also saw like a clip from, I can't remember who it was from. I saw it on TikTok and they were just basically saying what I just said, but also they think that Will is in with the family. And I don't know if I believe that. I mean, maybe if he is, I don't believe that. I think he's definitely an opportunist and whatever. So I'm not shooting him no bail, but I definitely think that the family is more than capable of taking care of her, and that whole conservatorship stuff.
I don't like it. It just, we've seen multiple times, at least with big celebrities, that it never seems to work out. It's like it always goes in favor of the people that are going to cause the most harm to you.
Yeah.
But overall, it was just sad to watch. Like when Black China came over, I'm sorry, Angela, when she came over, Angela. I was just like, oh. Like it just, you could literally tell that at a certain point, like Wendy is having like a regular conversation and you could just see it switch, that she just like didn't know where she was, who she was talking to. When she's like, my name is Wendy Hunter. It was like, yeah, that is who you are. Okay. It's like, you could see
even, it. Yeah. And with Black China, Angela, coming, I wasn't expecting to see any celebrities in the documentary because Wendy doesn't have that many open celebrity friends. A lot of them are her friends behind closed doors. So it was cool to see Angela come, and even how she cared for Wendy. It like really gave like, oh, you really my auntie. Like, yeah, you've gave me words over the years and critiqued me and all these things, but you could tell they have a real relationship. And I don't think she was there just for, you know,
for the cameras. I think she really just came to.
Ain't no way I'm kissing somebody's lymphedemic foot if I ain't love them and rubbing it and all that stuff.
Yeah, no. Nope, not at all.
But
Will, even and I feel like I can't even get with the notion that Will is there to like help her or that he's even a good guy, because through all of this, I'm like, you know, if you spend every single day with her, clearly just having a conversation with her, you could go from hot to cold,
one extreme to the next.
Extreme to the next is 0.5 seconds. It's no way you should be like, oh, well, I'm trying to, you know, we're getting a podcast and we're doing this and we're shopping this around. You're not shopping anything around. You're not doing that. You shouldn't even be doing that because she's not in a condition to be able to do anything. It should be okay. Wendy needs to get her life together. She needs to get her health together. It's like between that, the janky ass publicist. Can we talk about her? Because I don't know where they scraped her up from, but they need to put her back. Because where did she come from? It was the first time she came on the scene with the 80s makeup, threw me for a loop. Then the leave out, not blending into the hair, also threw me for another loop. And I'm just like, well, what kind of publicist are you? Because if you are a publicist and you are trying to paint your client in the best light, none of this shit would be going on.
And the secret trip to LA.
The secret trip to LA. And I'm just like, no, you told Will that Wendy called you like, oh, I just need to get out of here. No, y'all was already planning to go to LA for 2 weeks. Then when y'all get there, y'all having meetings with NBC. Why are you having a meeting with NBC? And then ask her, oh, do you want to go to the Oscars? Why would you
even put her in that
Why
position?
would you do that? What was she gonna go to the Oscars and do? And it's just like shit like that. I'm like, okay, do y'all have? And also, when they went to lunch, you are letting her drink. She is literally an alcoholic, and you're just like,
Literally.
oh well, Wendy has a drink, but I've never seen her drunk. Then she drunk. Oh,
Like,
you've seen her
what
drunk
are you talking
more
about?
than one time, and nobody is just like saying these things. But I'm happy when the cousin did come and she came over and she was like, oh, I'm not doing this. I don't need this lady. Who is this? I've never met her ever. Get her the fuck up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you could tell that her and her family didn't give a shit about them cameras. Like, get this lady the fuck out of here. I don't know who she is. I don't need to have this conversation with her hovering over me. Like, get out. Get out.
I was stressed. I couldn't.
I was stressed. I felt bad for her son. Because I feel bad for her son because, one, you have to literally watch your mother deteriorate. Mm-hmm. Secondly, you get her in your care. You're taking care of her. She's gaining 20, 30 pounds. She's looking better. She's more coherent. She's not drinking. She's exercising. She's doing all the things that she should be doing. And then you get condemned for living a lifestyle that you have always lived. When she was in Miami with him, they were still spending money. People are like, oh, he spent $100K on Uber Eats. Nobody spends $100K on Uber Eats in a month. I don't know how much you're fucking eating, but you can't eat that much.
No, for real.
He's eating that much. But even still, that's his mother.
Yeah. And that's the lifestyle that she raised him and he's accustomed to. Like,
he's accustomed to.
I wish for whatever reason somebody would tell my child they don't got Chick-fil-A money. Yeah, you do. Actually.
Because I got it. So here, take the card, go ahead and get what you need. Please. And I'm just like, okay, well, if you're saying that, oh, the charges are questionable, one, who is questioning said charges? Because banks need, if anything, if you're questioning, all they have to do is, hey, confirm, was this you? Yes? Okay. That's the extent that they should be getting involved. So Wells Fargo is the jankiest bank ever created. I don't trust them. I don't trust the manager. I don't trust the publicist. I don't even know if I trust the producers of the documentary. Everybody is off their rocker.
Now listen, Wells Fargo, if you ever hear this, don't touch my accounts. Sorry, don't be talking about Wells Fargo with me on the screen. That's my bank.
I'm just saying. They some unscrupulous people, and they know what they be doing because they always in the news for doing some shit. Always.
I've had Wells Fargo since Wachovia days, okay?
Then the Bank of America.
Oh yeah, Bank of America is treacherous. Like,
janky.
Please.
Like, what? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And it was just sad to watch at the very tail end. Seems like, okay, this is going to be going with the comeback story, being that, her family still hasn't been in contact with her. I think that might be the hiccup. So when the conservatorship or guardianship, whatever they want to call it, is over, well, it's due to, I guess, be reevaluated this year when it ends.
I'm trying to.
If she hasn't had contact, no, they didn't say the date. They just said that it has to be reevaluated once a year. So being that it's going to be due, the only thing I think that could give them some kind of hiccup is being that they haven't been involved since she's been in this whatever wellness facility. If she's progressing and doing better in the wellness facility, it could just be like, oh, well, the guardian did what they were supposed to do. They put her there so they can continue to do it. I could see be the only kind of hiccup that the family could face, because otherwise, if this documentary is proof, it's just like, y'all can't possibly think that whoever this guardian is doing what they supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because it's no way. If she's still being able to get access to alcohol, she's still, they're trying to take her to physical therapy. And you could tell she had, I think atrophy is the correct term. Like, she has no muscle mass. You could tell she's sitting majority of her days laying in that bed, not moving.
Yeah.
I don't fucking like it. It's all nasty. And anybody taking advantage of someone who is mentally ill is a sick individual.
Yeah, but there's people in everyday life. There's people in everyday life collecting checks for special needs kids, or all types of things, acting like it's in the betterment of, oh, I love
Of
them,
the
I
child.
want to raise. Yeah, no. Like, so
I just,
it's crazy to see this happen to an adult, but we see this happen to kids all the time.
kids every day. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just sad. It's like it just, outside of her being a celebrity, it shines light on like things that clearly are not right. Something is going on here, and this whole system clearly needs just an overhaul, and it needs to be redone because this is insanity. Don't
I need
like
to go
it.
scroll on TikTok because now I'm sad again.
Yeah, I know. Like, I gotta shake this sadness. I feel so bad for Wendy.
I know. Who would have thought like anybody would feel bad for Wendy Williams?
I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her family, especially her son.
Yeah.
You know? Well, outside of that, I hope the next week brings some funny shenanigans, because
Yes,
I don't want to
yes,
talk about no more deep shit. No more.
No.
Give me some kikis, some laughs. So Love is Blind, this next batch of episodes, I'm going to need y'all to be on it. Production, I'm going to need you to produce the hell out of this.
Give me the storyline. Please.
Give me something. Oh, my other one thing. I know you don't really watch Housewives like that, but for all my Housewives fans, Portia.
Oh, no, I'm watching it. Yeah. Portia Williams
is back. Don't make me call Portia. She is back. And they saying she getting divorced.
First of all, Simon Guadia. Did you hear about him and his scandals and him being illegal? Girl, he illegal. I did not know that.
Well, he a citizen, and he was trying to get his citizenship and got denied again. And as soon as that came out, now they divorced.
That's why that man stayed married. And they said something about some criminal activity. Because Simon said something, I can't be married to a criminal. So you mean to tell me you was trying to use her for citizenship and she got something on her record? For sure. What you got on your record? Tell me. What do you have on that record?
I need to know.
But you know what? They say you can't trust a Nigerian man. I wouldn't know. My husband's Ghanaian. But I'm just saying what the girl said. They said don't trust no Nigerian man. For sure.
Listen.
Let us know.
She should have known better.
Word to Monica.
She should have known better. Okay.
Maybe we'll do a couple lives or something. Get on our Instagram live.
Yes.
And talk about Real Housewives.
Because I am a Housewives fanatic, and I just can't believe that it's just like, what is this? What is this? Like, this could not have been the show that has given me so many one-liners. This can't be. I don't know what this shit is. This shit is garbage. So hopefully, bring in Portia back. The production will obviously have to be more centered around her. She has to be the centerpiece, unless y'all go magically get Lanithia Leaks back.
Oh, if they did that, baby.
Just ratings through the roof.
To Atlanta, please.
Ratings through the roof. If they even give an inkling that Nene is coming back, that will be the most watched thing ever on Bravo.
Okay.
That would be the most watched thing ever on Bravo. So they need to get it together. Otherwise, they're gonna have to start canceling franchises altogether.
Start from scratch, honestly. If this doesn't work out, let's do something else.
Just I'm done. Maybe the Housewife era is over.
If this don't work, Love and Hip Hop ain't. Like, I still watch Love and Hip Hop, but it's not like I'm running to watch it every week. I just watch it when I have nothing else to watch.
When you waiting on baddies?
I don't wait on baddies. Baddies is every Sunday, and I don't even watch it every Sunday. I just binge watch it. And honestly, I mainly just watch the reunion to see how many times E.T. got her shit rocked. So,
okay.
Yeah. The girls who know.
Yeah, I'm not one of them girls. I don't know. But yeah. This has been another Hot Topics. And we're going to see y'all in the next full episode. And hopefully more shenanigans. Episode 10. Oh my God. 10. That's a big number. Big double digits.
Big.
But yeah. So enjoy your week, guys. And we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.